Hi everyone, for anyone who doesn't know, my name is Hana Kelly and I'm a flyer on TTL3 and I'm on ICE as well. So today I'm just going to be going through a little bit of flyer technique with you, so how to hold your body in the air, how to pull your stretches to make sure that we all look the same. I'm not going to touch too much on flexibility because you're all doing so well in there already, like your stretches have come on so much and everyone's routines seem to be really working, so well done to everyone on that. I'm just going to talk a little bit more about how to make your stretches look as good as your flexibility will allow and to make sure that we all look the same. I'm not naturally flexible. I joined here when I was 7, so I've been trying to get all these stretches for 9 years and I'm still working on it. So if anyone feels like they're making slow progress or maybe some of the other flyers are more flexible, that's okay. Like, as long as you're working on it and you're doing your best, like, everyone's recognizing that. So well done to everyone already and just keep working on it and you'll get there eventually. That's pretty much it. I'm just going to get right into it and talk a bit about heel stretches, scorpions and scales. So the first thing we're going to go through is heel stretches. So the main thing for heel stretches is to make sure that you're kicking to the front. So a lot of people pull their stretches to the side and that's okay, but just for uniformity, we want all of our teams to look the same. So we should all work on trying to pull to the front. So when you're pulling a heel stretch, it should be just beside your face here on whichever leg you're doing it. So my good leg is my right leg. So the first thing to think of is that you both of your legs need to stay straight. So when you're in the air, you're not really going to have time to grab and reposition. So you need to be able to kick your leg straight up and catch it there. And the other thing is your bottom leg being straight. So we all know it's different in the air than it is on the floor. But in the air, if your leg's bent, it's not going to work. So on the floor, if I'm pulling like this and my leg is bent, that's fine. I can balance. But if I'm in the air, that's just going to make my base's life really, really, really hard. So what you want to try and do is kick your leg up straight and keep your bottom leg straight. So the next thing is your foot. So the placement of the foot that's kicking is quite important as well. So you don't want your foot to turn either way, right? So if I turn my foot in like that, it knocks my balance off and then it pushes your hips out, which is going to knock you off balance. So you want to try and keep your foot straight. And if you pull your foot the other way, then it makes your other knee bend. So it's very important to keep your foot neutral and straight and to also hold right in the center of your foot. Don't try and grab by your toe or here. Just put your hands around the middle of your foot and keep both legs straight. And if you need to bend your arm, that's fine too. Main things to remember is both legs straight and your foot straight and to hold your foot around the middle. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is scales. So a lot of the things that I said for heel stretch are actually the same for a scale. So you still want to work on keeping your bottom leg straight for balance and stability, and you still want to work on kicking your leg up straight. So a lot of the times when we're pulling a scale, you can pull from here and kick it up and that's fine, but we also want to work on being able to kick the leg up straight. So when you're kicking up, just lock your leg out and try and give yourself a big kick so you can catch up here or wherever the top of your flexibility is and catch your ankle. The thing is, if I'm pulling a scale from my shin, that's pretty much as far as I can go. But if I re-grip and go to my ankle, it can go all the way up to there. So we should all try and work on grabbing lower down on our leg. The perfect spot is probably in between about here and there. Anywhere where your sock is pretty much where you want to be grabbing. So you want to try and kick straight up to that and make sure that your other arm hits a high V. And I know when you're focusing on your leg and this half of your body, it's very easy to forget about your arm. But if you have good tie motions, it'll make your scale look a lot cleaner and it'll actually help you be more stable if you're tensing everything. Arm, ankle and straight leg, that's what you want to remember. The next thing you want to think about for a scale is your chest. So you want to make sure that you keep your chest up because it's going to help with your balance so much. Like, it's so much harder to pull a scale when your chest is lower. And I know sometimes it's easier to pull your leg higher when your chest is lower, but if I was to kick a scale and I let my chest drop, my balance goes straight away. And I know it helps your leg go higher, so it sometimes makes it easier, but when you're in the air, that's just not going to work. It's far more important to keep your chest up, and it doesn't matter how low your leg is, as long as your chest is up, the flexibility will come and the leg will just get higher and higher. So your chest is the main thing you need to think about. And you also want to make sure your chest is to the front. So in a spike or a scorpion, your chest is this way, but for a scale, you want to, instead of being here, you want to turn your body to the front so that your body is in line with your leg. So that's pretty much everything for a scale. So remember to keep your legs straight, both of them, the one on the floor and in the air, to hold around your ankle and to keep your chest to the front and up straight. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is scorpions and spikes. So for scorpions, a lot of people struggle with where you're meant to grab. So anywhere from your ankle down is where you should kind of be aiming for. When you get a bit more flexible, that's when you can go to your shin, but you should at least be working towards trying to get to your ankle. Because when you grab your toe, if I'm putting a spike from my toe here and I try and straighten, that's actually as far as I can go, even though my flexibility would allow more. You want to work on trying to straighten your leg as much as you can, and if you grab from your toe, it doesn't actually give you the full range of motion that you would have if you grab lower down, like at your ankle. So working towards grabbing your ankle is the first step to getting a spike. So the last thing for scorpions and spikes, just like heel stretches and scales, is trying to kick up straight. So this is something that I struggle with, but the drills that I've been using is putting your chest up against the wall and then doing kicks and trying to keep your legs straight is the only thing that I've found to work. Even trying to just work on the leg strength from here, like using your glutes to try and push your leg up will help you trying to kick up straight. The body position for a spike is more important than anything. So when you're kicking up, if you drop your head back, it actually makes it harder to pull, and it's going to knock off your balance when you're in the air. You want to try and keep your head neutral, and when you get more comfortable with a spike, you can try and turn your body, which will turn your head to the front as well. But the body position is the first thing you want to work on. So try and get your leg as straight as you can to the front before you work on turning. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to go through with you in this video. If I could just leave one more thing with you, it's just to make sure that you're fully stretched out and warmed up before you try any of this. It is an unnatural thing that we're asking our bodies to do, especially spikes and scorpions. So you want to make sure that you're fully warmed up before you attempt any of these things to prevent injury. And you're all doing a really good job working on your bad legs as well. And keep that up, because if you can keep both sides of your back even, when you get to a granny like my age, it's really going to help you out, because it starts to get a bit sore when you get a bit older. So make sure you're stretched out and make sure your technique is right so you don't end up causing yourself an injury. For flying in general, just be confident. Like, you're all amazing flyers and you all have beautiful stretches, so make sure you smile in all of your pictures and videos and every time you're in the air, and just hit everything as hard as you can. And you're all doing so well, and cannot wait to get back in the gym and see all your faces. So well done on the hard work, everyone, and I hope you all got something out of this video. Thanks for watching.